When you create a new file or open an existing file in Adobe Illustrator, you'll eventually need to save your work. In Illustrator, we save and work in a file called an Illustrator document that has a .ai extension. If you'd like to follow along, you can open your own document or this document from the downloadable practice files for this tutorial. With the file open, choose View, Fit All in Window so you can see all of the artwork. In order to save a file, you can choose File, Save. In this case, you'll save this file with another name, essentially making a copy by choosing File, Save As. Saving a copy of a file is a great way to make a backup for yourself, or to save the state the document is currently in, so maybe you could go back to it later, for instance. Choose File, Save As. In the Save As dialog box, choose a location to save the file, and make sure that Adobe Illustrator is the chosen format. We save and work in Illustrator files because everything is preserved for later editing. Change the file name, then click Save to save the file. Whenever you save a file for the first time or you save a document as a copy, you'll see a dialog box after saving. This dialog box, when you first start out, can seem a little overwhelming, and most of us will simply click OK. This dialog box is actually meant to allow us to save an Illustrator file so it can be opened in earlier versions of Illustrator, among a host of other options that are more advanced. To start with, you won't need to touch anything in this dialog box, so click OK to save the file. You'll find that in order for someone else to open this Illustrator file you just saved, they'll need to have Illustrator on their computer. That also means that if they can open the file with Illustrator, they can probably edit it. At times, you may want to just send a visual of the artwork you're creating in Illustrator. You can do that by saving your document as a PDF. By choosing File, Save As, you can choose Adobe PDF as the format, and anyone with a PDF reader can view it. You'll also see other formats in this menu, including EPS or Encapsulated PostScript, which could be used for placing Illustrator content in other programs like Adobe InDesign. You'll also see an Illustrator template, which is a way to save an original Illustrator file and always open a copy of it. And finally, a few versions of SVG, or Scalable Vector Graphics, which we can use to save Illustrator artwork for use on things like websites. You can press Escape to exit without saving. Saving your files in Adobe Illustrator is something we all need to do. Now that you understand how to save and what options are necessary, you can save copies of your files, maybe to create a version of the artwork you're working on, or even to save a copy of a file for storage. You can close this file without saving by choosing File, Close.